सदस्य श्री एन के प्रेमचंद्रन जी।
Thank you very much, Madam Chairperson. Madam, before commencing my speech in the various supplementary demands for grants submitted to this House, I would like to raise a serious technical matter of grave concern regarding the parliamentary procedure in reappropriation of grants, for which I am seeking a specific clarification from the Minister, and also I am seeking a ruling from the Honourable Speaker also. Madam, in the supplementary demands for grants, in the introductory note itself, it is clearly stated that besides token provision of 126 lakhs is being sought, 1 lakh for each item of expenditure for enabling reappropriation of savings in cases of involving new service or new instrument of service. This is the introductory note. Madam Chairperson, as far as new introduction of new instrument of service, we all know that it is a relatively large expenditure that is result of a significant expansion of an existing policy or activity. The reporting limits for a new instrument of service are up to 20% of the original appropriation, up to 100 crores, whichever is higher. Amounts exceeding 20% of the original appropriation or above rupees 100 crores require mandatory approval from the Parliament. Madam Chairperson, you may please to see to incur the expenditure on a new instrument of service, prior approval from the Parliament is required through supplementary demands for grants. In an emergency, the contingency fund of India can be used to meet the expenditure until Parliament authorizes it. This arrangement should only be used when the Parliament is not in session. Madam, there are two methods of reappropriation. We all know, I need not explain. You are having savings in a particular head. If you are having a saving, it can be brought into another head. And the another way is you take money from the contingency fund of India and later reappropriate through the supplementary demands for grants. Madam, if you are taking advance from the contingency fund of India, you have to get the prior approval of the Parliament, or immediately after the taking of the advance, you have to lay a statement on the Parliament that we have taken an advance. I would like to know from the Honourable Minister, Madam Chairperson, this is the Delegation of Financial Powers Rules 2024, paragraph 5, very clearly stipulated that in such cases, the following procedure recommended by the 6th Lok Sabha Committee on purpose laid on the table in their 4th report should be observed. Quotes, as far as possible before such withdrawal is made, the concerned minister may make a statement on the floor of the Lok Sabha for information giving details of the amount and the scheme for which the money is needed. In emergent cases, however, where it is not possible to inform the members of the Parliament in advance, the withdrawal may be made from the contingency fund of India, and soon thereafter, a statement may be laid on the table of the Lok Sabha for the information of the members, unquote. Madam Chairperson, I would like to know from the Minister, I am seeking a clarification, whether, because I am very positive of time, see, if you go through the grant number 71, grant number 71 is Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, in which 100 crores being recouped advance withdrawn from the contingency fund of India for meeting expenditure under the PM Surya Ghar Mufti Bijli Yojana, and 35 crores towards grants for creation of capital assets. That means 100 crores of rupees have already been advanced or taken as advance for the grant demand number 71. I would like, and so many reappropriations are there. I am not going to all the examples. I would like to know from the Honourable Minister and the Ministry that whether a statement as stipulated by the rules is being laid on the table of the House. If it is not made, kindly state the reason. I would like to seek a specific clarification from the Minister, and if such a statement is not laid on the House, I would also seek a ruling from the Honourable Speaker regarding this matter. This is a technical objection which I would like to make. Madam Chairperson, I would like to come to the demands or grants. Madam, this is 24-25 first batch of supplementary demands for grants consisting 83 grants and 3 appropriations. Gross additional expenditure is 87,762 crores of rupees. Out of which the net cash outflow is 44,142.87 crores. Technical supplementary is 43,618. Token supplementary demand for grants is 1.26 crores and totaling coming to 87,762 crores. And out of which 13,000 crores is for agriculture and allied activities. And the second one is Department of Telecommunication, 12,000 crores. And the Ministry of Defense is also 12,000 something crores. So, Madam, now it has become the usual practice of this Parliament bringing series of supplementary demands of grants in every financial year. Public Accounts Committee observed that the ministers and the departments have been obtaining supplementary grants without conducting a proper scrutiny of the expenditure incurred and likely to be incurred by them during the financial year. This is happening due to the lack of the foresight of various ministries and departments. For example, I would like to take demand number 50. Demand number 50 is regarding the cabinet because it is adjustment, it is savings also. But in 50, what is the amount which is being used? 4,787.44 crores for the cabinet expenditure. For what it is being used? It is being used for 4,666 crores. It is being used for the capital expenditure for the cyber security research and development. See, my question to the ministry is it an unforeseen emergent expenditure? This indicates bad budget planning process. So I urge upon the ministry to adhere. I urge upon the ministry to adhere to the strict compliance of financial rules and the directions of Public Accounts Committee to avoid supplementary demands for grants, because the cabinet expenditure for the cyber security research and development, 4,666 crores of rupees have to be spent. It is coming as a supplementary demand of grant. What is the emergent situation? Why it is not anticipated means totally bad budgeting planning process is being laid. That has to be corrected. That is the first submission which I would like to make. Madam, coming to the state of economy, Madam, the current year GDP growth rate was for the second quarter is just 5.4%. That is lowest in the last 7 quarters. But the projected GDP in the budget document is 7% real GDP, and the nominal GDP growth will be 10.5% as stated in the budget speech by the Honorable Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharamanji. When we are proudly claiming that India is the fastest growing economy in the world, targeting you to be the third largest economy in the world, Madam Chairperson, kindly see by 2047 we are going to be the developed country. The basic genuine issues of the common people are still there. Unemployment, exponential growth of unemployment in the country which we have never experienced in the country during the post-independent period. And the price rise, and also regarding so many other issues, price rise and poverty and all these issues are remaining as such. So it is escalating like anything. I would like to know from the Honorable Minister how you are going to address all these things. And the next point is regarding the expenditure. Madam, when the government and the ministry is coming for supplementary demands for grants, the government has to submit to the House regarding the expenditure also. The government during the current financial year is to be analyzed. So it's a monthly review of the accounts of the government of India up to October 2024. Total expenditure by the government of India so far is 24,73,898 crores. That means 51.3% of the total budget allocation has already been spent. Very good. But I would like to seek a clarification from the minister. When I examine the MSME means micro, small, medium enterprises, which is a labor-intensive sector playing an important role in the growth of economy, and the expenditure, if you examine it, is less than 15%. I have gone through the performance smart board of the Department of Economic Affairs. It is being seen that, sir, madam, it is being seen that the total budget allocation for MSME during 24-25 is 22,137.95 crores. Revised outlay, I don't know how the revised outlay now come. because the revision will come only after the financial year. Now it is coming advanced revision of outlay. I can't understand. Please clarify. That is 16,468.42 crores, and the expenditure so far is 3,992.73 crores, means less than 50% of the total budget outlay is being spent all these 6 months regarding the MSME, and I would like to seek the clarification from the Honorable Minister why it is so low. And the major component of the allocation in the supplementary demand is agriculture sector, 13,000 crores. Madam, you know very well, Madam, within 2 minutes I will conclude. You know very well that the farmers across the country on the street to protest against the shortage of the diammonium phosphate DAP, including RSS affiliated Bharatiya Kisan Sangh, is on the streets. They are also on the striking. Doubling of farmers' income by 2022, it was one of the promise made by the minister by the Prime Minister during 2014 onwards. What happened to the doubling of the income of the poor farmers? And I would like to urge upon the Honorable Minister regarding 3 more issues, only flag points or bullet points I will say. GST of 18% on renting of commercial property, because a property which is being taken on rent, a registered person who take a rented building from an unregistered person shall have to remit 18% of GST through reverse change mechanism. That is to be reviewed. And the second point is regarding the LIC. First year commission of the LIC agents have been reduced from 25% to 20%, thereby 25 to 7% of the commission has come down. 14 lakhs of LIC agents are being suffered. That has to be corrected. It is because of the IRDA direction. Only 2 points. Cashew industry, the 2.5% of the custom duty is to be reviewed, and also the PF pension. Today morning in the 0 hour, I've already stated regarding the PF pension. All these issues have to be considered, and I'm seeking strict, very, very specific clarification regarding all these points. With these points, I would like to oppose the supplementary demands of grants put forward to the House by the government. Thank you very much.
माननीय सदस्य श्री आनंद भदौरिया जी।